Students, a very good morning. So, students, in last class we have started to discuss the standing wave. That is the application of superposition of waves. Means if the number of waves that are traveling in space, then if they will superimpose over each other, then how can we find out the displacement of each wave? So here, the final displacement that can be achieved, that depends on the different conditions. Means whether the waves have same phase or they have same frequencies, wavelength, amplitude, this type of all behaviors, if whether that is same or changed. According to that one, three types of applications of superposition that we will study in the wave chapter, and one by one we are studying that one also. Like the first one is standing wave, we have discussed also in last class, and the graphical method for the standing wave we have discussed. So today, let's see the analytical treatment. So you can see on the screen here, we are going to discuss standing wave in strings and normal modes of vibration by analytical treatment. So here for that treatment, as you know, whenever we are sending any sinusoidal wave that have some frequencies, and if we have used a string, like in figure you can see from A to B, in this figure you can see from A to B, L length of the string we have taken. Now in this string, if a wave that is that has displacement equation y1, that is sent in the right side, and if there will be some boundary at B, then after going to B means string is just fixed between two ends A and B. So after reaching B, it will return back, and it will have the displacement y2 in negative x direction. So we can see now, there is the phase reversal of pi in y2, or when it is reflected back from the end B. Now obviously, whenever these waves are going to left side and coming back to right side, and they have the phase of pi, then they will make combinedly a new wave, and that is known as the standing wave. So let's see, in the analytical treatment here. So for certain frequencies, the interference, first of all, what is interference? The mixing of two or more waves, and after they are mixing, the change in amplitude or intensity, that is known as interference. So interference produces a standing wave pattern with formation of nodes and antinodes. So such standing waves is said to be produced at resonance only. So standing wave is not stand up when the string is oscillating at any frequency other than the resonant frequency. Here, what is the meaning of exactly this one? Meaning is that whenever we are going to talk for the standing wave, the two waves, that is incident wave and reflecting wave, both will have the same frequency. Now you can see the equation for the first one, that is written here. If the wave that is moving along the positive x direction, that is this is the string, then the wave is going in this positive x direction, then that time its displacement was y1, and that is given by y1 is equal to r sine omega t minus kx. And again, after a phase change of pi, from the fixed end B, it return back or reflect back from right to left, and the string will have the displacement equation given by this one, that is y2 is equal to r sine omega t plus kx plus pi, and its value you can see, that is minus r sine omega t plus kx. Now superposition principle is saying the resultant wave, its displacement can be find out by y is equal to y1 plus y2, means the algebraic sum of individuals. Now if you will write down the value of y1 and y2, then if you will solve this equation by using the sine c minus sine d formula. So you can see this formula is given here, trigonometrical formula we have sine c minus sine d, and by using that formula, this is the final resultant wave equation that we have got. Now in this resultant wave equation, you will see this bracket term, that is 2r sine kx. This bracket term is now showing the amplitude of the oscillation of wave, means the standing wave, and its amplitude it is showing. Now cos omega t, you can see now here, this is not the form of progressive wave. Here it means that because in the case of progressive wave, you will see here the wave has formed sine omega t plus kx, something this type of equation you will get, then that time it is representing the progressive wave. But here you can see only sine cos omega t, this factor we have, it is showing that the wave has constant value, it is not moving, it is fixed in within certain region only. So here it means the wave is standing, it is not progressive. Simple, this is represented by this equation. Now next one, as the amplitude, you can see amplitude of the wave is now 2r sine kx. So if you will see here, first condition, that is at one end of the string where x is equal to 0. So again, if I will make the string here, this is end A, this is end B, and this was now x is equal to 0, this was x is equal to L. So at end A, here when x is equal to 0, then the equation, this equation we have, by using this equation you can see here y is equal to minus 2r cos omega t into sine 0. So here as x equal to 0, so it will be sine 0 and its value will be 0. So as you know, whenever we are getting the 0 displacement, then that is known as the position of node. So it means the here this one, the point A is the position of node. Now next one at other end, that is end B, if you will see, that is x is equal to L. So for x is equal to L, by using again this equation, we can get now this equation here, this equation you can see. Now if as other end is fixed, that is already fixed, then after that fixed end, if y will not be equal to 0, then that time the wave will starts to progress further, and that is not possible because this standing is this wave is showing, this wave is standing, this is not plane progressive, means this is not moving, this is not traveling. And if y will not be 0 at end B, then it means it is showing traveling wave, this will starts to violate this equation. So that's why it is also the position of node. So it means our two ends A and B, that are the position that have the position of node. Now next one after this, as here y is equal to 0. So if you will put in this equation y is equal to 0, then obviously here the some products we are seeing 2r cos omega t is into sine kl. So as 2r cos omega t, this factor cannot be 0 because wave has some amplitude, 2 is already a constant, and cos omega t has also some value because the wave is produced due to oscillation and that have some frequency. So the factor that can be 0, that is sine kl. So here you can see this sine kl is equal to 0, and you know, by using the general expansion of the angle, that is we can write it sine n pi. So it means finally we can write here kl is equal to n pi, and or we can write in place of k 2 pi by lambda into L is equal to n pi. Now finally you can calculate the wavelength of the wave. So wavelength of the wave lambda is equal to now 2L upon n. So this is our where n is what, here this n has value 1 2 3 and so on. So n is equal to 1 is known as first normal mode, n is equal to 2 is known as second normal mode, third normal mode. In that way, number of modes are producing in the string, that is stress between two ends, and where standing wave is formed. Now let's see the treatment for one by one some modes of the vibration. So first normal mode of vibration you can see here. In this first normal mode of vibration, suppose lambda 1 is the wavelength of the standing wave that's set up in the string, and that has value n is equal to 1. Here n is equal to 1 means, if I will tell you, only you can see this figure A. In this figure A, only one wave, here means wave started from here and it goes from here. Only here one antinode you will get. So the maximum value, you know, the position of maximum amplitude, that is known as antinode, only one antinode we will have. But here in this case we will have two nodes now. So let's see here the next one, that is what will be the value of wavelength. So value of wavelength lambda 1 will be equal to, from you are using this formula, we will get here, that is 2L, or L is equal to lambda 1 by 2. It means that within the whole length here, this is the here whole you can see and the node position is given. From here to here, this position to this position, the length of the string is L. In that string, only half of the wavelength we will get, that is predicting. And if you will see the wavelength, then this is one in the distance in one complete wave, that is known as wavelength. So it means only this half wavelength we will get. So only this one you are seeing in the this whole of the figure. So here this kind of wave will generate whenever we will have post normal mode, whenever we have n is equal to 1, or when the wavelength of the wave is generated, that is equal to 2L. And now if you can calculate also the frequency of vibration. So as you know, frequency is given by v by lambda, where v is the velocity. So here nu one is equal to, you can write v by lambda 1 and or v by 2L from here. Now next one, let's see this here. Next factor also, as v is equal to t root t by m, before we have already calculated, that is whenever in any stressed spring the waves are generated, then the velocity of sound in that case will be, or velocity of wave in that case will be root t by m, where t is tension in the string, m is mass per unit length, that is called linear mass density. Now if you will put now all the values, then nu1 can be calculated as 1 upon 2L root of t by m. Now this first normal mode of vibration, this has also another name, that is the fundamental mode, we are also calling it. And the frequency of vibration nu1 in the string is minimum. Now this is the minimum value, and that is also called fundamental frequency. So the sound or note produced in this whole section, that is known as fundamental note or first harmonic. So harmonic word that is associated with the oscillation, as harmonic oscillations are producing, harmonic wave is producing, we are calling for that one, that is the first harmonic is produced, where only half of the wave we will get over the complete length of the wire. So this is, I think, clear. Now let's see the second mode of the normal mode of vibration. So in the case of second normal mode of vibration, suppose lambda 2 is the wavelength of the standing wave that's set up in the string corresponding to n is equal to 2 now. So as n is equal to 2, if you will put the values, and lambda, it has the formula for the lambda 1, that was 2L upon n. So from here if you will calculate the value, that is now equal to lambda 2 is equal to L. It means that over a complete wire that has length L, one complete wavelength you will get. So as one complete wavelength means, here if this is the A position, this is B position, then one complete this kind of wave we will have. And again if wave will return by having just pi phase, then this kind of wave will be generated in the wire, that you can see now in figure B here. This in this figure you can see. So the same figure is there. Now in this figure, the minimum displacement point, that is zero displacement point, is the position of node, and here you can see 3 position of nodes we have, and 2 position where the wave this amplitude is maximum, 2 position of anti nodes we have. Means for each mode of vibration, later we will see the generalized form how to calculate node and anti-node in every normal mode of vibration. So here that is, I think, now clear. Next one, we can see the frequency of the second mode of vibration, that is nu2 is equal to v by lambda 2, and lambda 2 has value L, you can write v by L. And also if you will just write down it in the terms of this one, that is 2, if you will multiply it by 2 and divide by 2, so you can just convert it into the terms of nu1. So nu2 is equal to 2 times of nu1. Now it means the frequency of vibration of a string become twice the fundamental frequency in the second node. Now next one, this second node is also called as first harmonic, or second harmonic, or first overtone, we are saying it. Now for the third normal mode also you can calculate. Suppose lambda 3 is wavelength, again now as we have formula, lambda is equal to 2L upon n. So if you will put the value of n, that we will get this one. L is equal to 3 lambda by lambda 3 by 2. So it is showing that over the complete length of the wire, here if this is again the wire, we have 3 by 2 lambda, means one complete, this one exactly we can write it lambda plus lambda by 2. So this is now the 3 lambda by 2, means one complete wave we will get and half complete wave we will get. So it means if this is the wire, then one complete wave, this is the one complete wave, and again half wave, this is the half wave that we have got now here in this kind of wave. And if the wave will return from here after reflection, so this kind of returning behavior we will have. And this is now the standing wave diagram that you can get by this analytical treatment. So in this figure you can see here we have different positions of the minimum displacement, that is the zero displacement point. So this is the first zero displacement point, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. So overall four nodes we have, that is the zero displacement point. And now the maximum amplitude, you can see a 1 2 3, these three positions. So it means 3 antinode we have and 3 nodes we have in this equation. Now you can also see it by in the figure, this one, figure C. So the same figure you can see here, 4 nodes and 3 antinodes we have. Now similarly you can also find out the frequency of the third normal mode of vibration by using the formula, this one. And you can see now if you will arrange in this manner, then this is 3 times of fundamental frequency. So now we can generalize this whole of the equation. Then the wavelength of the nth mode of the vibration of the string is given by this formula, and the frequency that will be obviously nu1 is equal to n times nu1. So it means now the frequency is n times the fundamental frequency, and this node is produced is known as nth harmonic or n minus 1th overtone. So overtone will be reduced by 1, but the nth harmonic we will have. Now position of nodes, how can we find out this one? Let's see that is also. So in this case, the position of node is given by in standing wave. Here we know that node are the positions of zero displacement, as you know that is, and they are represented by small capital N we have used here. Now we observe that there are 2 nodes in first normal mode of the vibration, 3 nodes in second normal mode, similarly 4 nodes in third, and that you can see now again by this figure. In this figure you can see here 2 nodes in first harmonic, 3 nodes in second harmonic we have, similarly 4 nodes in the third harmonic. Means in every harmonic, in every vibration, 1 extra nodes we are getting. So overall in nth harmonic we will get n plus 1 node. So you can see now this is now the n plus 1 node we have, and these nodes are located at the distance. First is started from x is equal to 0, then L by n, 2L by n, 3L by n, and L is that way. For example, like in first normal mode where n is equal to 1. So nodes are at, by this concept here the line is written, here nodes will have, that is x is equal to 0 and L by n, that is L upon 1. So L upon 1 will be L. Now in the next one 2L by n. So that time we will get 2L, and that is not possible in the string of length L. So it means we have only 2 node at x is equal to 0, at x is equal to L. So 2 node in first normal mode. Similarly now let's see in the second normal mode of vibration, n is equal to 2. Then the nodes will be at the location in where we will get L, that is x is equal to 0, L by 2 and L. So there will be 3 nodes and so on. So I think that is clear, the position of nodes and the number of nodes in every harmonic. Now position of antinodes, as antinodes are the position of maximum displacement. So they are represented by A, and we have seen in every normal mode the same as the n value, the same as the A value. So it means that in nth harmonic we have n number of antinodes, and antinodes are located at the position, this is now the position, that is odd points we will have L upon 2n, 3L by 2n, 5L by 2n and so on. And you can see also by this as example by putting n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2. You can see in the first one First, on normal mode, we have only one location where antinode will be found. In second normal mode, we have two locations where antinode is found, and so on. So I think students, first of all, this up to this topic, it is clearly uh, understood by you, and that how the vibrations are produced in standing waves, and how different kinds of harmonics or overtones are produced whenever wave is sent, and how on which factor it is depending on, also you can see here. The next one topic, that is the laws of vibration of stressed spring. So let's see now here what are the laws of vibrations. So here first, as you can see now, the fundamental frequency of vibration of a stressed string is given by, just now we have deduced this expression, nu is equal to 1 upon 2l root t by m. Now in this one, the first law we can see here, there are three laws exactly. First is laws of length. So as you can see now, when T and M means tension of the string and mass per unit length is constant, then that time the frequency of vibration that is produced in this start stressed string, that is completely depending on the length. Means if we will change the length of the string, then that time its frequency will change. If length will increase by there, and the frequency will start to decrease. Now the second law is law of tension. So when L and M both will be constant, means the length is constant and mass per unit length is constant, but the tension in the string we have started to change that. So greater will be the tension, greater will be the frequency that time. And the third one, that is law of mass. So we can see here the frequency is inversely proportional to the root of the mass, means greater will be the mass per unit length, then less will be the frequency. Along with that one, there are two more laws depending on diameter of the string and density of the material of the string. So as area of cross section of the string, you can see that is now here pi d square by 4, and volume is volume of the unit length of the string, that will be also area into length. So as length is unit length, the area is equal to volume. Now mass per unit length you will calculate, then that will be equal to here we can write now volume into density. So as rho is the density and volume is pi d square by 4. So if you will put now the value of m in that previous equation, that was nu is equal to 1 by 2l root t by m, there if you will put this equation, you will get, now in this equation you can see nu is inversely proportional to d and nu is inversely proportional to root of rho. Means if other all things are constant, then that time the frequency will be dependent on the diameter, and this is known as law of diameter. Similarly, it will be depending on the density, that is also called law of density. Here some memory things that are given, that you should retain in your memory, that is, if the string is vibrating so as to produce nth harmonic, then the frequency will be directly n nu, and number of loops, that will be n, number of NT nodes will be n, number of nodes will be n plus 1. So this is a quick summary of the analytical treatment that we have done before in the case of standing wave. So that is, I think, now clear, students. Next one, you can see here some sample problems based on the standing wave that we have just now discussed, that is, a wire stressed between two rigid support vibrates in its fundamental mode with the frequency of 45 Hz. So the mass of the wire is 3.5 into 10 power minus 2 kg and linear density is as given. So what will be the speed of the transverse wave on the string and tension of the wire? So as you can calculate now the length of the wire by using the concept of mass of the wire upon linear density. So as linear density is mass per unit length, you can use that formula, and other all things are given, so we can calculate length. Now as length is calculated, then we can use this formula to calculate the tension first of all, and after calculating tension we can also use this formula, that is V is equal to nu lambda. We can write down the value of lambda for that one, as you know, for fundamental mode lambda is equal to 2l. So if 2l you will write, and value of l as we have calculated here already, So you can calculate this value. So this is very easy problem, that is the just formula based problem we have. Now the second one, if you will see, there is one more question. A 50 centimeter long wire of mass 20 kg support a mass of 1.6 kg as shown in figure. You can see now this is the figure here. Find the fundamental frequency of the portion of the string between the ball and the pulley here. So for that case, here again you can calculate mass per unit length. So mass per unit length here, first of all, mass is what? That is 20 gram. So you can calculate in this SI unit, and upon now here 50 by 100. So where 50 is what? The overall length of the string. So here 40 centimeter, here 10 centimeter, overall it is 50 centimeter. You can convert it into meter. Now it is the length, that mass per unit length, linear density, that is 0.04 kg per meter, and tension is given. Now the length of the wire that is vibrating here, that is only this one, 40 centimeter of the wire that is vibrating. Now you can put the value of L as 0.4, another all factor if you will put, you can calculate the frequency. So student, I think up to this one, whatever we have discussed, this is clear. So let's end our class here with the topic of the standing wave. So thank you students for today.